Are you ready?
Alright, I'm a director now. I wear glasses inside, bitch, that's what I do. It's nothing major. I'm with Tail today, Mugen inspired. About to shoot this unlimited inspiration interview. It's about to go to work, get the creative pussy flowing. I'm doing it, run it. You bitch.
We out here. Shout out to my boy Eric. But this is gonna be the most lit interview you ever fucking watch in your entire existence of life. So stay tuned. Tune in with the boys.
Hi Brandy, how are you? Good to see you. This is my friend John and this is my friend Nadia.
Hi, how's it going? Good to meet you guys. Good to meet you. How's everything? These are them?
Yeah, these are the black ones, then we have the white ones. Oh shit. Dude, these are
They look awesome.
nice.
Love them.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
I'm gonna have to do some stuff in here.
Yeah, I think it does. Hey.
Yes.
Yep. It's thick.
Then you said you're gonna write something in the hood, right?
Alright, so we decided to do it outside. So like now we're gonna be all like, pretty much it'll be like everything, you know, like one here,
Yeah.
and everything's gonna be a different. There it is. We got this too. Hey.
Alright, the man himself, the creator of Unlimited Inspiration. This is the Unlimited Inspiration interview, man. So, what is it? Just tell us about it.
Unlimited inspiration is a philosophy. And it's really just about life. In terms of like inspiration being everywhere. And us just finding it, like whatever it is that inspires you. And it's literally, it's infinite and it doesn't end because life doesn't end, really, when you think about it. And so I kind of just relate that to life in terms of you can be inspired by anything in life. Whether it's like going to work, picking up a pen, picking up a piece of paper, like going to the bank, going to get gas for your car. Like there's a reason you move to do the things we do like every day. And so that's kind of like, that's inspiration to me. It's literally everything. And that's what I try to apply to my life every day. And so that's kind of how, what I hope to represent and try to represent through the philosophy of unlimited inspiration in terms of just being like never ending. Yeah.
I'm just walking behind you. You got this.
There you go. Yeah, you know we got boxes out here. We got boxes of merch for these merch. Load these bad boys up. Let's see. This one. So, you know what I'm saying? We got options out here. We got white. What you want? White? You want black? White. What you want? White. You want black? You want white? You want black? Box will actually fit in here. that's a hell no. Let me try the other side actually. No space. Fuck. Let's see. Yeah. Gang gang.
Hey.
These gonna look really good with my short shorts.
Ooh, like short shorts. Hey.
Getting ready to take over Sacramento, actually.
So it's more than a brand. It's a way that you live your life, and that's brought you some sort of happiness, and you want to portray that to other people.
Yeah.
Now, where did it all start for you, as far as thinking that you wanted to start the brand and, expanding on it from where you started?
Yeah. So let's see. The term actually started back in 2011, and unlimited inspiration derived from the word Mugen, which is like all the things are like all my handles. So literally, what it is like at the time I was building this. I was in the process of like building a car, and it was called the Acura TL, and it was a 1999 model. So for the 1999 models in Japan, they pretty much like they rebadge and they rename the cars when they get exported to Japan. And I've always been into like Japanese culture, whether it's like anime or like reading manga or whatever it be, like the style of the Japanese people, even the way they speak has always been like fascinating to me. And so this car that I was building in Japan, it was called the Honda Inspire. And so I wanted to make my car look like the Honda Inspire, which basically was like every like OEM Japanese part you could find, which you'd have to get imported from Japan to America, put on the car, and make it a Honda Inspire. So Honda there's an aftermarket company called Mugen, and they make like aftermarket parts, which obviously I have on the hat here. And Mugen is like it means unlimited or like infinite. And so when I started building the car, I had ended up putting all these Mugen brand parts in the car, and it became Mugen Inspire because the Honda Inspire was the name of the car, and the Mugen brand was the name of all the parts that were on it. So I just put the words together, and it became Mugen Inspire, which is unlimited inspiration, because Mugen means unlimited in Japanese, and then Inspire is obviously the derivative of the word inspiration. So just combine them together. And at first, it wasn't really like it wasn't like anything other than just like a word. That's literally all it was when it started. And that was like when I made like my first Instagram. I was like, I'm just be Mugen Inspire, fuck it. But I never had the idea for it to just like turn into like anything outside of that. And then it became like unlimited inspiration because that's what it literally meant if you translate it. And then from there, it just continued like to grow like with my artistry as the years passed by. Like everybody has some. I feel like all the artists have something that kind of like represents them or like that they're known for. Like I don't know, to give an example. Like Wiz Khalifa, he's got Taylor Gang. Mac Miller's like he's got Most Dope, and people like they have their niche that's like them, and like I never had one of those, and so I was like, I don't know what mine would be if I ever have one. And then I think Unlimited Inspiration is like a good representative of like what I'm gonna I plan to represent as time goes on, and people know me for something. It'll be like Unlimited Inspiration. Like, oh, that's him. Mugen Inspire. That's the guy.
What's up?
Gonna go get our veggies.
If you want, what I can do is I can, if you want to take my spot at my apartment, I can come pick you up from there, and then I can. Literally, yeah. But now we'll go with that. Yeah.
gum. I don't know what happened to
Really?
it. It was
Yeah,
a
they have
thing.
like a green tea extract one.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Beautiful sounds of jazz. Doggies. Doggies. Doggies.
And then you decided to go clothing with it, which is dope. You got the hoodie on right now.
Yeah.
Why don't you describe the design on that?
Yeah, so pretty much with the hoodies, this is like the first run of me trying to like be like an entrepreneur, like do something, outside of the music, with the philosophy of that, the idea of where the brand can go. Because now we're in a day and age where, you have to, at least the way I feel is that as like a businessman, you want to be able to represent yourself everywhere you go. And so this is me like trying to represent myself in terms of like what I think and the way I see the world. And so with the hoodies, the idea with them was that these are going to be unique to every person who's wearing one, in the terms of that we all may have the same hoodie on, in terms of like, we have the black hoodie and it's got the white unlimited inspiration across the chest, and then on the back, you have the Mugen inspired barcode with 11 on the back for 2011. But the thing that's going to be different for every single person is the hood. So like with the hood, the concept behind these was that every hoodie is going to be a one-to-one hoodie. So each hoodie is going to have a different word. So whoever happens to get a hoodie will have a different word on their hood, and the words are going to be like inspirational words, or like positive like phrases and stuff that kind of like, I hope with them that'll uplift people or inspire them to like, just like own the word on the hood. So it's like, it could be anything from like keep going, or like don't stop, or like keep pushing, or like you are beautiful, or like you're powerful. Like it could be anything in that nature. And so that's the whole concept of like the hoods, is that whoever gets one, there's going to be their own, and like the words basically will always find the owners, because it's not like people are going to sit and be like, hey, can I pick out a word, or like if I tell them about it, then the whole concept is for the words to find their owners, and not the owners to find the words. So
there's kind of a story behind that on yours, right?
Yeah, so mine, so mine,
The one that
mine's,
you're wearing right now.
Yeah, mine says visionary. And so when I first got when I did the first delivery or order of the hoods, as you'll see in the documentary later on, switch the scene. So pretty much opened out the box, and I wear size small, so I picked up a size small out of the lot, and I opened it up and it said visionary. And as you'll see, like when you flash, you go through the scene in the documentary, you'll see where I'm putting on the hood for the first time, and then the word that pops up is visionary. And so that's kind of like what I want it to be with people. So like when they get their hoodie, they're going to get it, and they're going to open it up, and they're going to find their word, and that's going to be, hopefully something that inspires them to relate somehow to that word, or something of that nature, where it just brings that to you whenever you put that hoodie on, and that's like the energy you're going to get from it. So
So realistically, you want people to own the mindset that you're trying to portray. Besides the unlimited inspiration, like yours says visionary. There's all these other phrases that other people could have on theirs, and just to overall own it.
Exactly. Because definitely I want people to own it, because like with my brand, and like anything that like outside of the brand too, like just everything that I represent in life, like everything I do, like I always bring it, like what I'm saying, I try and be like the most like I want to bring like the highest quality, the most top tier of like any aspect of anything, and like I always want to represent like the highest standard with whatever it is, whether it's like clothing or like music, or it could like anything, whatever, like serving, like learning about wine, like anything, like food, and like anything. I want it to be like the highest standard. So that's what I want people to own when they think of like, when they think of me and they think of like my brand and like everything I represent. I want to like inspire people to do that for themselves, because like I always want to, as an individual, I always want to push for like the furthest that you can go, and then go past that. Like, I don't want to just, I don't want to reach here. Like, I want to reach here and then get here and then go farther. So it's like, that's what I hope to bring with, with everything that I'm doing in terms of like philosophies and ideas and whatever it is, whether it's the music, the branding, the acting, like anything, like in films, everything, bro. Like, trying to take over everything. And
then, in my opinion, you're kind of already doing that, because as far as I know, as a consumer, I've never seen a brand that did something like that. There's companies like, say, Ralph Simmons, or like these companies, they produce things, but they're never like really, that I'm aware of, true one of one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they're having still a technical general release. A big thing right now is shoes. So these shoes are popular, but it's not something that's individual to each individual person. So by putting that word on there, that's like you said, like a one of one.
Yeah. So if you want to move, where I was thinking was a little further down J Street.
And we could have Nadia in the center, maybe. Like she has the,
Yeah. Yeah, since she's the only
and have all the guys on the outside.
You want everybody to, accept that of themselves, and that's a cool mindset to have on it.
Yeah, man, because like with me, like I'm a very personal person, so like I feel like everything I create is like very personal, like to me, whether it's like my music, like when I write my songs, or like when I create stuff, like we'll say clothing, for example, like I want it to be personal. Like I want you to like know that everything that you have that comes from me, like if you happen to like, you have a hoodie or a t-shirt or whatever it may be, like that it's going to be very personal, because that's where it came from, like very personal place of creation. So like even with the hoodies, like I hand wrote like every single word that's on the hoods, like that's handwritten. Like I wrote that shit out, I sent, and then had it printed on there, so it's like my own handwriting, it's not like typed up. And that's just like, I don't know, like I'm a very personal person, if you get to know me. And I just want my things to, everything that I do is like just look a little deeper than the surface, and that's what I hope to like portray. It just is up to, if the people want to actually like go that deep to find it, like some substance, because I'm all about substance, and I like to create stuff that lasts, or like that will be like long term. Like I'm not here for just like a short run, or just like, just for temporary, like.
I don't. You should get the fuck up on my dick. Say this one thing I did. He said, I just did this one thing I did.
All this shit.
I'm hella tired too. We're all fucking tired. Thanks to you, Teo.
Be working out here. Work.
Moss.
What the fuck?
Hey guys, it's Massimo's vlog here. Episode 1, don't know what I'm doing. We're just out here, living life. Like and subscribe. Make sure you thumbs up, that way you get notifications. Turn those notifications on, everybody.
It's cool. You fucking heard the man. Fuck.
Turns the life I live, man.
I've been working for a long time, and so it's like now I'm starting to see like the fruits of my labor start to even like barely scratch the surface, but it's like I'm just never done, and like I'm never satisfied, so I'm always trying to like push farther, and so that's why like the stuff I make, it's going to be deep, so that it's around for a long time, right?
So even to add on that, that's more or less a visionary.
Yeah, straight up.
And that's the hoodie you got, so
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What do you want what do you want to become of your brand?
What I want to become of my brand, I want it to reach the masses. I want it to reach the world. I want to reach people. I want to touch people's hearts. I see no limits to this brand. I want it to be in magazines. I want, like, you know, the highest tier brands, whether it's collaboration or, you know, working with each other some other way. In terms of music, I want it to reach, you know, every one of your favorite musicians. I want to see people in my clothing all around the world. Like, I want people to, like, wear my stuff or, like, listen to my music and be like, yo, this guy's me. Like, 'cause, like, I'm just a person, bro. Like, I'm just like you, and you're just like me. Like, we're the same. And so it's like, I just want people to know that they should just embrace who they are, like, no matter what, like, aspect of life it is. Because there was a time where, like, I was not comfortable with myself, or, like, not knowing, like, who I was. And so when I finally, like, discovered, like, okay, like, I'm an individual and, like, I'm dope as fuck, and, like, no one else could tell me different, that's when, like, my life changed. And it's like, that's where I get all of, like, my inspiration from, is just, like, knowing that I'm an individual and nobody else is like me. And so I just want to represent that through my brand, and hope to, like, inspire other people to think the same if they don't already. So I definitely see it going, like, everywhere. Like, I'm gonna be everywhere. I'm gonna be in, like, magazines, like, TV, I don't know, movies. It's just, I see no limits for it. So
Still boils down to unlimited inspiration.
yeah, dude, for real. Like, there's literally, like, no limits, and that's just, like, my whole philosophy on life. Like, everything's infinite, like, everything.
And one thing I think with it is genuineness. There's like a lack of that in this day and age, and I think that people will gravitate to that. So I think you got a good thing going for you.
I think so.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. Just trying to push boundaries, bro. Like, just trying to push limits, kick that shit down. Yeah. And just keep pushing. Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Say something.
Something.
Say something.
You're gonna ask me a question, and I'm just gonna be like, hang on.
Let me finish my scoop real quick. I'm gonna fucking interrupt you when I'm getting my scoop.
Should I? Cheers.
Faded is a story about two characters. When people think of faded, it's like they're fucked up off of what could be drugs, it could be alcohol, it could be pills, whatever, Zans, all that shit. It's all of that, and it's also. Look at these books I found the other day. Shit. Speaking of Honda Inspire, my books are the Honda Inspire. It's like the fucking catalog.
So this is based out of Japan, huh?
Yeah. That's like the little brochure for how they come out the factory. It's pretty tight. Hell crazy. Good, dude. That was some good shit. Got this one too. You bitch. You bitch.
Where the fuck's the record button?